Blessings and blessings in Byron Bay, Australia. It's going down in a beautiful major way. Live love, give love, be love. Ooh, ooh. What's up, y'all? I wanted to hop in here, have a little chat about conditional love. You see, it's my belief that we very rarely experience unconditional love from the human realm, especially in romantic relationship. This idea that I unconditionally love you is in some ways, bullshit like concept, like Valentine's Day. Like they just make up shit and we all buy into it and believe it. But the reality is, isn't it actually true with a capital T? When we get into relationships, oftentimes what we're really saying is like, you buy my bullshit, I'll buy yours. And if you start to trigger my wounds, my childhood wounds, the stuff I'm working through, then I'll start to take and withdraw my love, time, and energy. Or you get together and one person decides that things are going to be a little different, or that they want to have some experience that you don't agree with. Then the conversation becomes, we need to break up. And in that sense, it's deeply conditional. It's the love, 7.7 billion definitions of that thing. The love is conditional. And yet the universe's love, God's love, is unconditional. I believe that love is ... everything. And in that everything, including the worst shit on the planet, there are always gifts and possibilities buried within all of it. So let's start with that. Anybody have any questions or comments or anything you want support or coaching with as I walk my way to a cafe to take care of a little work? And just an FYI for those of you who are looking to really drop in, I have a coaching program called Stretch 22. It's PrestonsMiles.com/Stretch22. And that is 6 months with me and some amazing ninja coaches. It's a total freedom boot camp. It's virtual. It's amazing. Hundreds of people have been through it. Just go to my website. All right, so I'm gonna read some of these. So Nikki, what's up, Nikki? Me and my hubs love each other so much to the point where we are willing to let each other go. It's been beyond painful, yet so beautiful to choose this higher love. Our love grew stronger during the ending. Yes, and yes, and yes. The choice to let go, yes, is love, for sure. And 9 out of 10, based on the conditions that were set up, that one of you decided it wasn't okay for them. Or maybe both of you. Somebody asked how to move through anger. Feel it. Let yourself feel it. Go do a primal scream. Grab a pillow and punch it 1,000,000 times. Breathe into the bottom of the core of your body. Speak the truth that you've been hiding and withholding because you've been raised into a people-pleasing ass family where you don't really share your truth, and you're so agreeable that you don't really know your own truth until it hits you so hard that your fuse blows up and then you get angry. Use it, transmute it into creativity. I could go on around that. How do you know what the trauma is being passed down to you? You just keep looking and asking questions. Keep looking and asking questions. You don't really need to know per se, but the reality is you just ask yourself, is this mine? Is this mine? Like, I've looked at some of the scarcity mindset that I've held, and I know it's not mine, it's my mom's. I've looked at certain aspects of my childhood where really bad things happened to me, where people locked doors and turned out lights and hurt me as a kid. And I realized that that wasn't mine. It happened to me, but it wasn't mine. It wasn't mine to keep. So there's a lot of trauma that's passed down. There's a lot of ideas about things that maybe you're so locked in on, but I ask you and remind you to get your questions answered and your answers questioned. Whatever isn't of course, whatever's a yes, ask again, look again. That's how you'll find out. So what if your relationship needs work, but from the wounds and the scars, your partner is too afraid to dive in and give 100 to make change, but yet doesn't want to lose you? What would you suggest? That's a tough one. Who's to say what 100 is? Right? Sometimes it's really important in relationships that somebody goes first. It's like the chicken or egg conversation. Who's to say what 100% is? Only you know that for you. You cannot judge that for them. And so that's already going to create issues in your relationship if you think you know what 100 is and nobody else doesn't. Look, Alexi is coming from this way. Our nanny is in the middle with Kingston. I'm gonna have to hop off, guys. But I love you all. I'll hop back on in a second. But actually, let me see. Hold on. Is that my buddy? Is that my buddy? Is that the nugget face? You wanna say hi? Who's that? These are people on the internet.
You say hi?
You say hi?
You headed back?
I'm headed back now.
We're headed back.
Okay.
We're gonna try for a nap.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I kiss you? Stop kissing me, Daddy. Okay, so then you have to leave at least 9:45-ish.
I have a call at 10.
A call at 10.
Yeah.
So it's still at the house. Okay, it's 9:14. Okay, I'm just gonna work for 30 minutes and then come right back.
Come, Bubba, let's go.
Okay, I'll see you. Okay. So, yes, love is the only truth. Everything else is an illusion. And we still have to pay our bills. And use the restroom. And work through complex interpersonal relationships. How do you tap into the reasonless joy that you never saw modeled for you? One day at a time. Schedule it into your life and decide once a day that you will tap in and really take a deeper look at what is really here. Because when you do, like there's this interesting thing that happens, and I want to actually do a live on this. I'll probably do it on Facebook, where there was a scenario that happened last night with a friend of mine, where she got some information about something, and she began to make up a whole story about the information. And in making up the story about the information, she started to get sad and then mad and started projecting and blaming a particular person when she had never actually went to the horse's mouth and asked. Now I saw this all happening and I reminded her. And when she asked me the same question, how do you do this? Well, you go to people who can remind you, who can show you, who can see what you can't see. I reminded her, I said, what's actually here? Like facts. Not the story, not this whole made up thing about what he did and what he didn't do and what that means about you and what all that stuff. What's the facts? What do we know as a fact? And in doing so, it opened up a whole world for her. And she actually was wrong. So the whole story she made up about being left out and the whole thing was not true. And in so many ways, we do that in our lives. We're just making up and adding all kinds of extra just commentary that essentially drags us down and makes us not feel good. Going back to that question about when your partner's not 100%, you have to go first. You have to go first. Whoever smelt it, dealt it. The moment you have the conscious awareness that something needs to truly shift, and you guys type yes if you've ever had somebody, you've been going through it with somebody, and they chose to say, I'm sorry, I love you, I hear you, let's work through this. And in them doing that, it opened up a space for you to do the same. Like that. And I'll be the first to say, this is difficult. When you're stuck on something and you believe that you've been doing it the whole time and they haven't, it can get really tough to say, let me step in again. But the question is, how committed are you? How much do you truly, truly want to be in this relationship? How much do you really want to stand for them? And real talk, one of the best things you could do is get support outside of you two, because it's just you two, you're a stalemate. His opinion, your opinion. Tie. Get a coach, mentor, counselor, somebody who can oversee and hold the container on both sides and then invite you into something new. We are social creatures, social beings. We come into this world with each other. I hope that's landing for you guys. Kevin with Purpose said, what are your upcoming events for the rest of the year? In June, we have a bridge experience in LA, which is going to be off the hook. I got an event called Unleash the Beast this weekend in Brisbane, Australia. And then Burning Man and some other stuff. How do you feel about finding the route to your success? What's this question? I don't understand the question. How do I feel about finding the route to your success? Well, let's just even take that. So like this tree doesn't have one root, it has many roots. It doesn't have one, it has many. And I think that a lot of us think that there's this one path, this one thing. If you get that thing, then the whole thing opens up. It's not true. Life is forever unfolding. There are many roots, and the roots to this tree are connected to the ground, which is connected to those trees. So it's all connected. Let's see a couple more. Do you believe happiness can be obtained without experiencing unhappiness? Yes and no. A child doesn't experience happiness, in my opinion. A child experiences isness. And isness we have defined as happiness. So it's really a no. Because the polarity, like I couldn't go towards that restaurant if I didn't know that there was another aspect. For those of you who've taken LSD or mushrooms or had ayahuasca ceremonies, you know that sort of the lens gets so cleansed that everything becomes like, now and now and now, and all is God. Everywhere I look, everywhere I be, all is God. The question and the thing to step into is like, can I make that happen in the now? Like without those things. So to answer your question, no, not in my opinion. Because I can't explain to you what left is or have an experience of left unless I understand or have an experience of right. And all of those things is love. All of those things is happiness. Happiness and sadness is all happiness, even when it's sadness. Whew, I know that's confusing, but if you let that shit land, it will change the game. The idea is that sadness is somehow bad or wrong, but sadness has produced some of the most beautiful artwork, music, like life in general. Ooh. How do you get in touch with your emotions if you're numb from being an empath and going through trauma? 1 minute, 1 day, 1 step at a time. 9 out of 10. First of all, you stop telling yourself that story. You stop using the linguistics around, I'm an empath. Everybody's an empath. I invite you into your bigness. I'm an empath, and I can shut all of it down. Boom, 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 boom. I can decide whose energy I want to let in and whose I don't. And you have that same decision. I am not special. I'm unique, but I'm not special. You had that same power, so I invite you into your power. Start there. Anything else before I hop off? So, Mario said, love is trust, love is honesty, love is communication and respect. Love will build your dreams. Okay, I slightly disagree. Because define respect, Mario. What's respect? How do we know what respect is? And what is it a global definition? Is it global? Will everybody agree to that same thing? Something to think about. Any advice on letting go of control, specifically when someone needs space? Let go. Create distance. Create space. What's this guy's name? Randy. He wants to know, am I gay? If you mean happy, yes. If you mean homosexual, no. Is that helpful? What's up, Jen? I see you. All right, I love you guys. I'm gonna get out of here and get a little bit of work done before I head right back. Peace, love, and light. Talk to you guys soon.